If your forklift has a loose steering wheel, grinding noises from the rear axle, uneven tire wear, worn wheel bearings, or a damaged steering wheel, these could be the cause.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the Lift Parts Warehouse channel.
In this video, we'll show you how to replace the steer wheel, inspect and replace the wheel bearings, install a new grease seal, and properly adjust the bearings before putting the forklift back into service. Let's get started. Before replacing any parts, confirm that the repair is actually needed. One of the easiest checks is to raise the steer axle just enough for the wheel to clear the ground. Grab the tire at the top and bottom and try to rock it back and forth. Excessive movement may indicate worn bearings or improper bearing adjustment. Next, rotate the wheel by hand. It should turn smoothly and quietly. Grinding, roughness, or binding usually indicates damaged bearings or insufficient lubrication. Also inspect the wheel itself for uneven wear, flat spots, chunking, cracks, or other visible damage. If the wheel is worn or damaged, replacing it during bearing service can save time and prevent a later teardown. Once you've confirmed the repair, gather the necessary tools. For most forklift steer wheel replacements, you'll need a floor jack, heavy-duty jack stands, wheel chocks, a socket and ratchet set, combination wrenches, pliers, a hammer, a seal puller, a bearing driver or press if replacing bearing races, high-temperature wheel bearing grease, a torque wrench, shop towels, and safety glasses. Now prepare the forklift. Park on a level surface, lower the forks fully, shut off the engine, remove the key, and chock the front drive wheels to prevent the forklift from moving. Position a floor jack under the steer axle and slowly raise the rear of the forklift until both steer wheels are off the ground. Support the axle securely with jack stands before beginning any work. Never rely on the hydraulic jack alone. The next steps will vary slightly depending on how the steer wheel is mounted. On forklifts with a bolt-on wheel, start by loosening and removing the lug nuts, then pull the wheel off the hub to expose the bearing assembly behind it. On forklifts with an integrated hub and wheel assembly, begin by removing the dust cap from the center of the hub. A flat screwdriver or a soft-faced hammer can usually be used to work the cap loose without damaging it. With the dust cap removed, you'll see the bearing retaining hardware. Depending on the forklift model, this may include a cotter pin, a locking plate, or another type of retaining device that prevents the spindle nut from loosening during operation. Remove the cotter pin or locking device first, then remove the spindle or castle nut along with the thrust washer behind it. Keep these parts organized if they'll be reused. Now carefully slide the hub and steer wheel assembly straight off the spindle. As the hub comes off, be prepared to support the outer wheel bearing. On most forklifts, the outer bearing will either slide out with the hub or become loose as soon as the hub clears the spindle. Set the complete hub assembly on a clean workbench. With the steer wheel removed, you now have full access to the bearings, grease seal, and hub assembly. With the hub assembly removed, the next step is to remove the bearings and inspect each component before installing the new parts. Start by removing the outer wheel bearing if it hasn't already come out with the hub. Next, turn the hub over to access the inner bearing. The inner bearing is held in place by the grease seal, so the seal must be removed first. Using a seal puller or a suitable pry tool, carefully work the grease seal out of the hub without damaging the seal bore. Once the seal is removed, lift out the inner bearing. If you're replacing the wheel bearings due to wear or damage, it's also recommended to replace the bearing races. These hardened steel races are pressed into the hub and provide the running surface for the bearings. Installing new bearings on worn races can shorten bearing life and lead to premature failure. Using a bearing driver, punch, or hydraulic press, carefully remove the old bearing races from the hub. Take care not to damage the hub while driving them out. Now inspect every component before reassembly. Check both bearings for pitting, rust, discoloration, broken rollers, or signs of overheating. Any of these conditions indicate the bearing should be replaced. Inspect the grease seal for a hardened sealing lip, tears, or evidence of grease leakage. Since the seal must be removed during this repair, it's good practice to install a new one during reassembly. Next, inspect the inside of the hub. Make sure the bearing seats are clean and free of cracks, scoring, or excessive wear. Finally, inspect the spindle. Look for damaged threads, grooves where the bearings ride, or signs of overheating. The spindle should have a smooth surface so the new bearings can rotate properly. Once the inspection is complete, clean the hub thoroughly using brake cleaner or a suitable parts cleaner. Remove all old grease, dirt, and metal particles before installing the new components. With the hub cleaned and inspected, you're ready to install the new bearing races, pack the bearings with fresh grease, and begin reassembly. If you're replacing the bearing races, install the new races first. Using a bearing driver or a hydraulic press, drive each race evenly into the hub until it's fully seated against the shoulder. An improperly seated race can affect bearing alignment and lead to premature wear. Before installing the new bearings, pack them thoroughly with fresh, high-temperature wheel bearing grease. Make sure the grease is worked completely through the rollers until it appears on the opposite side. Every roller should be fully lubricated before installation. Now place the packed inner bearing into the back of the hub. Next, install a new grease seal. Position it squarely over the hub and tap it in evenly using a seal driver or a suitable installation tool until it's flush with the hub. Installing a new grease seal helps retain grease and prevents dirt and moisture from reaching the bearings. Carefully slide the hub assembly back onto the spindle, taking care not to damage the new grease seal as it passes over the spindle. Once the hub is fully seated, install the packed outer bearing, followed by the thrust washer and spindle nut. The bearing preload must now be adjusted. While rotating the hub by hand, tighten the spindle nut to fully seat the bearings and remove any internal clearance. Then back the nut off slightly and readjust it according to the forklift manufacturer's recommended procedure. The hub should rotate freely without excessive resistance while having little to no side-to-side play. When the adjustment is correct, install the locking device, whether it's a cotter pin, lock plate, or retaining clip, depending on the forklift model.
The final step is reinstalling the steer wheel. Now reinstall the dust cap by tapping it evenly into place until it's fully seated. The hub assembly is complete. Perform the final checks and test the repair before returning the forklift to service.
If your forklift uses a separate bolt-on steer wheel, position the wheel onto the hub and hand tighten the lug nuts. Lower the forklift until the tire just contacts the ground, then tighten the lug nuts in a crisscross or star pattern to the manufacturer's recommended torque specification. This helps ensure the wheel seats evenly against the hub. If the wheel and hub are a single assembly, this step is already complete once the hub has been installed and adjusted. Before putting the forklift back into service, perform a few final checks. Rotate the steer wheel by hand. It should turn smoothly without grinding, binding, or excessive resistance. Next, grab the wheel at the top and bottom and check for any movement. There should be little to no noticeable play. Excessive movement usually indicates the bearing preload needs to be adjusted again. If everything feels correct, remove the jack stands and lower the forklift completely to the ground. Start the forklift and slowly turn the steering wheel from lock to lock. The steer wheel should pivot smoothly without unusual noises or vibration. Finally, perform a slow test drive in a safe, open area. Check that the forklift steers normally, rolls smoothly, and doesn't produce any grinding, humming, or knocking sounds from the steer axle. After the test drive, perform one last visual inspection. Verify that the dust cap is secure, the wheel is properly seated, and there are no signs of grease leaking from the hub. At Lift Parts Warehouse, we carry replacement steer wheels, wheel bearings, bearing races, grease seals, hubs, and other steering components for a wide range of forklift makes and models. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.